I'll tell you why. The list has really got one solid thing in common that I didn't realize. It was like, it was a real shocker to me, because I had a list of about 5 that I really loved, that I would, you know, protect at all costs, sort of thing. And it's David Bowie, Kate Bush, and Bryan Ferry. But of course, the honey, I was chasing the honey, the bee, literally without even realizing it was bee the whole time. I didn't have to work that hard. It was literally that simple. But I realized, okay, this is something serious. Of course, David Bowie hypnotized me early on from the beginning. And I was just blown away. I didn't realize somebody could be so outerworldly, yet still quite musical. I mean, he's very musical. If you actually break down his music, his songs, they're really well-written songs. You can't deny that. And so I was looking for a female counterpart to him, and I really was looking. I really was, until I discovered Kate Bush. Kate Bush, to me, is my favorite female artist of all time. She's just so unique. The way she writes her is intellectual as well. Her writing style, it's very interesting. She's always referencing books. I mean, she's just so interesting. You know what I mean? She's just an interesting character. And another one who's also quite interesting, Bryan Ferry. Bryan Ferry of Roxy. I mean, Roxy, what an amazing band that is. Daniel Craig was in a movie, and I mean, this is so, it's one of the most iconic movies of all time for me. And there was a scene with Roxy in it, and it was amazing.
How fantastic is this song? How could you choose between Bryan Ferry and David Bowie? They're gods.
You do the backing vocals on the next verse.
What?
Come on. Think Roxy Girl.
Seriously, the letter B is sacred. It's sacred in my life. Oh, Billy Hurst. What's up, Billy Hurst? I love you. Billie Eilish. I mean, you've got Billie Holiday. Hello. Bill Withers. Oh my gosh, I love him. I love him. Yeah, you've got Bjork, who's such a kooky character. I do gravitate to quite kooky characters. People that had something to say, whether it was lyrically or visually, but regardless, something engaging, something captivating, something that told me, okay, wow, you don't look like you are in line at a grocery store. You know? It's an odd way of putting it, isn't it? Blondie. Oh my gosh, Debbie Harry. What a captivating person. How about the amazing Bobbie Gentry? I mean, somebody who had such a story, such a hypnosis, you know, and such a mystery to her story too. Nobody really knew what happened. Same with somebody like Betty Davis, who just recently passed. A favorite of mine, really and truly. She's somebody I've always wanted to meet. She had such an enigma to her, you know. And then Beth Gibbons of Portishead, amazing group. Always wanted to meet her too. But again, a lot of these women sort of swim in the air of mystery, you know. They've all got this interesting thing about them that I think is, well, there's something about that bee, honey. Zzz. They buzz, these bees, don't they? And how about somebody new? Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes, an amazing voice, amazing vocal. And somebody with an amazing vocal as well, Bruce Dickinson. I mean, how legendary is that pipe that he's got? I mean, seriously, he still sounds amazing. He really does. You've got some killer classic rockers like Brian May. I mean, that hair alone, honey. You still got those kinks. Killer great solos and all of that. Brody Dahl, who's an iconic punk artist who I love. I've met her. She's such a darling. And just great stuff. She's in a band called Distillers, who are still touring. Seriously, he's probably in my top 5 best rappers of all time, Busta Rhymes. He's just Busta is on another level talented. Bootsy Collins, probably one of my favorite characters in music ever. Bootsy will always have my heart. Always, always. Yabba dabba doo, baby. Yabba dabba doo. How about David Byrne? What a kooky, interesting character he is. Also somebody I've really had the chance to bump heads with, and he is quite a talking head. He really is. I love it. I love it. I love it. But seriously, can you see what I'm saying? I mean, this is no joke. The letter B is seriously majestic. What do you guys think? Name me, I'd love to hear some of your favorites out there that are just the gold standard for you, and you will always, always push them to people. I'd love to know in the comments below. Please, give me an idea of what your taste is like. I would love to know. Tell me your top 3 or 5. Give me something, honey. I gave you this laundry list right now. I'm sure you're just withering away at this point. See what I did there? Bill Withers, yeah. Ugh, I know. It's the end, isn't it? Anyway,